Hello, I'm Nela Chop. I'm a leukemia survivor for more than 15 years. I've been battling this terrible disease for a decade and a half successfully, and I want to give you some insights how I did it. About a month ago, I wasn't really feeling that well. I had high fever and I had to go to the hospital to check my blood and see what sort of infection was going on. The doctors diagnosed a lung infection which my body couldn't battle with. So I had to remain in the hospital for more than 3 weeks to have an intravenous antibiotic therapy that could beat the inflammation that was going on. As you see, I'm perfectly fine now. I'm taking my therapy now at home. And I'm taking care of myself, of course. While I was in the hospital, I did some filming because the experience that I had there, my personal experience, was really profound. And I want to share some details with you about the general patient care that people get in hospitals today. Of course, hospitals differ worldwide, but actually never can we really have perfect conditions, so we have to adjust to what is there and find our own solutions and how to have the best protection in the circumstances that are present. This Easter I spent in the hospital and I also celebrated my birthday there. It was my 60th birthday and I was so happy to live to the 60th year of my life. And actually I'm so proud that I managed to do this up till now, and I want to continue to do it, and I want to show everyone that cancer is not that terrible, and that if we know how to battle it, we can be successful. And I must also emphasize that this YouTube channel is the present of my daughter Sanda, who made all the platforms because I'm not technically evolved enough. So it's her present for me, and it's her editing of these videos, and she's supporting me in so many ways for so many years, and I want to thank her this way. I also wrote a book about health, life, and other really vital information which I want to publish, and I would like to invite you to be my supporter and to help me publish my works. Together with sharing my knowledge and giving tips to you for yourself and for your family members or friends, I will also keep you updated about my book, about all the other work that I do, and I hope you will find and open all the links below this video, and there you will also find the links of my daughter's YouTube channel, which I hope you will like. And now let's get to the point. I want to show you the video about my personal experience in the hospital, about the patient's care that I got, and of course other patients. It is a regional public hospital in my hometown, the only one I can get to, the only one that exists. It's a bit cold when you lay down here for a few hours. It's been more than 2 hours that we're waiting for the blood tests to be done. Hi! This is my daughter. She's taking care of me. She drove me to the hospital this morning and she put my things in the bags. Eventually, if I have to stay here in the hospital, and she's really taking good care of me. The emergency doctors told me I had to stay in the hospital, and this was my room. thirsty. I'm still coughing a lot. I hope this will improve. The doctors in the emergency room told me I had pneumonia and an abscess in my right lung, which caused my very high fever of nearly 40 degrees centigrade. This can be a life-threatening condition for a patient with leukemia because it can develop very easily into sepsis, which is an overreaction of the immune system that practically may kill the body. And at this point, I didn't have any neutrophils in my blood at all. They were 0, which can be deadly. And that's why it's very important for any leukemia patient to come to hospital as soon as there is an infection going on. The basic protection for such a patient is to have sterile room conditions, isolated from other patients who have their own bacterial and pathogen infections. In this hospital unit, unfortunately, there are only a few such rooms which are always occupied. So I was given this room to share with 6 other ladies who were also very sick, and 2 of them had sepsis. The conditions were far from what I needed and the other sick women, because the pathogens that caused our infections could have been contagious. This is me with a mask because of my 0 neutrophils. You have seen my hospital room. I'm at the window of that room, and we have a very beautiful view on the hospital park. And this park has been designed more than 150 years ago. It's really beautiful even today. And there are trees in blossom, and spring is really everywhere. These trees host many birds, and they sing throughout the night. But now there is a lot of noise from the traffic because there is a main city road just in front of the hospital. Anyway, the sea is really near. It's just about 250 or 300 meters away. So the air is very healthy, and you can smell the sea scent, the saltiness. Generally, the air is healthy beside the seaside. The most enjoyable part is definitely when I don't have the temperature to stay at the window, breathe the air and enjoy the fresh air and the nice sight. To decrease the number of bad bacteria in my hospital room, I had my own ozonator. The ozonator is a device that produces ozone, a type of oxygen which destroys harmful germs. It disinfects the air, the water, and food. And I used it regularly in hospital to reduce the risk of any further infections. Here I am preparing ozonated water for myself, and when I drink it, it will destroy all the microorganisms in the body that it finds. That's how I can improve my present health condition. It's 6:30 in the morning. I have had my antibiotic, and there's still nobody awake really around except the cleaning ladies. Um, this time there is a really serious organizational problem during my stay here in this hospital because usually the breakfast was given to patients at around 8 o'clock in the morning, and even about 7:30 we had tea. But nowadays, for some unknown reason, we get nothing until 10 o'clock. So this is a problem because some people have to take their pills in the morning, and their stomach is empty, and they just can't do that until 10 o'clock. And in this 4-hour gap, you become hungry, of course. So here I am in my pajamas in the hall, trying to figure out how to get some tea, and thankfully I have some biscuits until I get my breakfast in about 3.5 hour time. The other option is to have something in your food stock, in your cabinet, in your drawer, and this is also what I practice. I have my sandwiches, I have my food reserve. Here are my biscuits. These are the bruises from the canilla on my hand, which had this technical mistake and which is used on patients so that they get inflammations regularly, all of them. They are trying to buy the cheapest products possible, and this is the result. Okay, so I have changed my clothes in the meantime, although it's 7 o'clock and something, because there are so many visitors coming in during the day from the outside, and they're sitting on these benches and chairs, and they bring all sorts of bacteria with them and viruses and everything. And if I'm in my pajamas and walking around here, I don't think it's a very clever thing to do. So mainly I use my pajamas when I'm in bed. Otherwise, I have my daily clothes for the hospital. So, what do you think about this video? Are you a chronic patient? What are your experiences? Give it a comment. I would like to know what happened to you and what sort of experience you have. If you like this video, press the like button below and subscribe to my channel, of course. Below the video, you will find links to PayPal and Patreon where you can make a financial contribution so that I can pursue my work further. Thank you so much. Bye.